Alright guys, with the latest reveal of the incoming hype characters on the way for the 2.6 version update, we now have a lot more information that came out recently about Augusta and Yuno. So for this video, let's determine the value of these characters on your account based on all the recent official details, their gameplay, speculated kits, their best expected teams, and a lot more. Because the big question now is, should you pull for Augusta or Yuno, or maybe even both? These characters are looking quite strong in their respective roles. We have Augusta, looking like a really strong Electro main DPS, while Yuno is our brand new support, expected to bring new buffs that we've never seen before, as well as keeping your team alive and dealing good damage. So let's do a full breakdown of these characters in this video, and also remember, if you guys want to be kept updated on everything WUWA, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and put those notifications on. I got you guys covered with all the latest WUWA news 24/7 right here on the channel. But alright, let's not waste any time, get right into it, starting with Augusta. What are the new kit details that we have on her, and how much value is she expected to bring to your account? First, let's start off with her basic info. Augusta is a 5-star Electro Broadblade character, set to come out in the first phase of 2.6. From what we know on Augusta, her role is set to be a Electro main DPS, where her damage is more based on heavy attack. And now going over her gameplay and new kit info, starting with her basic and heavy attacks. Her basic attack is a 4-hit Electro basic combo, and her heavy attacks scale with a special gauge called Prowess, and once she reaches max stacks, she will do even more damage. Her intro skill will additionally provide some prowess buffs. Her resonant skill set to be called Undying Sunlight. This is where, at full prowess, she triggers a combo chain from going to a strike, leap, plunge. This is the animation where you see the griffin when she rides the griffin to go leap in the air, and then even do a finisher with the griffin to do a plunge, which is all considered heavy attack damage. Her Forte circuit additionally builds charge during combat, and this is where her Resonance Aberration comes into play. So Augusta's ultimate has two main effects. The first one is creates a 30 seconds Ruler's Realm, which is basically when she summons the sun into the battlefield. They showed it during the gameplay, but we still don't know exactly what are the effects of this Ruler's Realm is. But we also know that she enters a new stance called Sword Allegiance mode, which makes her pull out a sword, and she will enter Allegiance mode for 7 seconds, where only enhanced basic attacks and dodges are allowed, and she can even apparently walk on water during this state. After she uses her second form, she can also not switch to any teammates for those 7 seconds, and this will then allow her to do the finishing ultimate. One thing we know is that within the realm, party members using their intro skill receive a shield based on Augusta's max HP, which is said to last for about 10 seconds. For Augusta's inherent skill, it says that on dealing damage, Augusta gains a shield based on her max HP, and this will activate every few seconds. Now for Augusta's outro skill, the latest kit info suggests that her outro skill provides the resonator switched on the field all types of damage amplified for 15%, plus giving Augusta herself more of the much needed Forte stacks. If true, this would be a very useful outro, as she will not be specific to any element or team, but of course with her expected role being a main DPS based on heavy attack damage, there are quite a few characters that will synergize exceptionally well with Augusta, and that is going to be characters like Fulova, and even for more free play option, you can use more Tefi that can provide both heavy attack damage buffs. We even have Yuno set to be a very good partner, as she will also buff heavy attack damage to Augusta, which means Yuno will most likely be her best in slot support. And of course, since Augusta is going to be a main Electro DPS, we know that alongside Yinlin is going to be a very good option, as Yinlin is still one of the best Electro damage buffers till this day, providing 20% Electro damage and 25% Resonance Aberration damage buffs when using outro skill. So it seems the premium team for Augusta at launch would be Augusta as the main DPS, and the sub DPS option would be between Yinlin, Fulova, or a free-to-play option would be more Tefi for that heavy attack damage buffs. Her best support will most likely be Shorekeeper on launch, but that will be until Yuno comes along and gives her the most amount of value to the new Augusta team. So that is all the current info and value that Augusta is expected to bring to the game. Now moving on to Yuno. Yuno brings quite a lot as a new gen support. She's expected to bring shielding, healing, damage buffs, arrow damage, and possibly having cooldown reduction in her kit, making her a top tier pick for teams that want sustain and synergy with the other characters that can make the most use out of her buffs. To go over her kit and gameplay, Yuno uses the gauntlets and channels arrow energy, her basic attack dealing arrow damage, and at the same time building up a resource tied to her unique mechanic called lunar phasing. Lunar phasing is she cycles between half moon and new moon states. Half moon generates when attacking and new moon consumes it to then heal and buff your team. Her resonance skill depends on the current phases. As upgraded versions along extra movement and combos, you'll see her levitating in the air and unlock new movesets. You'll be rotating between her two modes to maintain the most uptimes on her buffs and healing. Now for her ultimate, which is said to provide amazing team utility, deals AoE damage. She will deal quite good damage herself, but at the same time, her ultimate is expected to heal allies, give a bunch of buffs, reduce skill cooldowns, and increase movement speed for your characters, great for fast-paced teams or heavy attack teams. And now lastly, her outro skill, swapping out Yuno, gives the next character plus 50% heavy attack damage, 50% quite a lot, perfect for someone like Gian and Augusta, so she's definitely going to work really good with other characters that want heavy attack. And the good thing is, she's going to be in the support slot, which means she can give even more heavy attack damage alongside other characters like Fulovo or Mortefi to that main DPS like Augusta or even Gian, so it seems Gian is going to be looking quite good in the next update. Alright, the last thing to mention for this video is going to be the weapons on both of these characters. So starting with Augusta's weapon, it is expected to have a crit rain main stat, with the effect being heavy attack damage, plus 6% per resonant skill, so stacking up to 6 times, which is 46% in total, perfectly aligned with Augusta's heavy attack playstyle and prowess stacking. Additionally, it will also deals 20% damage against enemies under the electromagnetic status, which is like a new debuff that she's able to add on enemies, part of her kit. And now for Yuno, we have much less info on her weapon, but for what is expected to give is that her weapon will give shield to your other resonators, as well as boosting her own personal damage, which is based on resonance aberration damage, and that is all the speculation on her weapon that we have for now. One thing to keep in mind is that the only official thing that we have at the moment is the gameplay, but the kit info is still up to change. This is mostly speculation and what the early info says on how these characters work. But still, the 2.6 update is looking like one of the biggest updates yet, with 2 brand new hype characters, and I'm sure we'll get a bunch more of content, like new story, a bunch of new events, great rewards. So once we have that info, I'll keep you guys updated right here on the channel. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, put those notifications on. And remember, I'm currently giving out a free character giveaway for the 20k subscriber celebration. We're almost about to hit 22k, which is already pretty insane. But feel free to check out my last video as the giveaway is on that one. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.